Have you ever been stung by a bee? Look at the boy. Why does his hand become swollen? When a bee stings, it injects an acidic liquid into the skin. The boy's hand becomes swollen because there is an acid reaction occurring in the body. What happens when metals react with acid? At the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe the reactivity of metals with acids. Observe the three reactions in test tubes A, B, and C. The test tubes contain different types of metals with the same mass and surface area. The amount of hydrochloric acid used and its concentration are the same. Click any of the test tubes to see their chemical reaction. Which of the reaction is the fastest? Magnesium shows the fastest reaction when reacts with acid. What are the products formed after the experiment? Metals react with acid to form metal salts and hydrogen gas is released. Magnesium reacts vigorously with dilute hydrochloric acid to form magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas is released. When the gas is tested with lighted splinter, the pop sound will be heard. The word equation for this reaction is: magnesium reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid to form magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas. Zinc reacts slightly slow with dilute hydrochloric acid to form zinc chloride and hydrogen gas is released. When the gas is tested with lighted splinter, the pop sound will be heard. The word equation for this reaction is: zinc reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid to form zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. There is no reaction between copper and dilute hydrochloric acid. When the gas is tested with lighted splinter, no pop sound will be heard. What is the arrangement of the metal's reactivity in increasing order? The arrangement of the metal's reactivity in increasing order is shown as below: copper, zinc, magnesium. Let us see what happens when the same metals react with dilute sulfuric acid. What are the products formed after the reaction? When metal reacts with sulfuric acid, it also forms metal salts and hydrogen gas is released. Click on each test tubes to observe the reaction of the metals with dilute sulfuric acid. Magnesium reacts vigorously with dilute sulfuric acid to form magnesium sulfate and hydrogen gas is released. When the gas is tested with lighted splinter, the pop sound will be heard. The word equation for this reaction is: magnesium reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to form magnesium sulfate and hydrogen gas is released. Zinc reacts slightly slow with dilute sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas is released. When the gas is tested with lighted splinter, the pop sound will be heard. The word equation for this reaction is: zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas is released. There is no reaction between copper and dilute sulfuric acid. When the gas is tested with lighted splinter, no pop sound will be heard. Table shows the reaction of magnesium, zinc and copper with different acids. Observe all the reactions. Compare the reactions of these three metals with different acids. Can you see the differences? What are the products being formed after the experiment? Some metals react with acids to form metal salt and hydrogen gas is released. The type of metal salt produced depends on the acid. The salts can be obtained from the mixture of metal with acid by evaporating their solution to dryness. What can you say about the reactiveness of the metals of dilute acid? The reaction between magnesium and acid is more vigorous than the reaction between zinc and acid. There is no reaction between copper and acid. What can you conclude from your observation of the experiment? The arrangement of metals' reactivity in increasing order is copper, zinc, magnesium.
Observe the three reactions of metal with nitric acid. Use Table 1 to record your observation. Drag and drop the statement in the boxes to the table with correct observation. Equation for the reaction of metal can be written. Metal reacts with nitric acid to form metal nitrate and hydrogen gas is released. Fill in the word equation for the reaction in Table 2.
Your answer is correct.
Puzzle contains 5 words connected to the statements given. Find the words. The gas that is released when metal reacts with dilute acid. Salt that is formed when zinc reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid. Tests for hydrogen gas using the lighted splinter will produce sound. Which metal shows more gas bubbles when it reacts with acid, magnesium or calcium? Which metal shows less gas bubbles when it reacts with acid, zinc, or aluminum? Click the correct answer. Table shows the result of reaction of metals P, Q, R, and S with dilute hydrochloric acid. From the table, arrange the metals according to increasing reactivity with the acid. A. P, R, Q, S. B. Q, R, S, P. C. R, P, Q, S. D. S, Q, R, P.
Your answer is correct.
One of the products of reaction of metals with nitric acid is A. Metal nitrate, B. Metal nitrate, C. Metal chloride, D. Metal sulfate.
Your answer is correct.
Which of the following metals do not react with dilute hydrochloric acid? A. Zinc, B. Copper, C. Aluminum, D. Magnesium.
Your answer is correct.
Which word equation is correct for the reaction of calcium with sulfuric acid? A. Calcium reacting with sulfuric acid produces calcium oxide and hydrogen gas.
Your answer is correct.
Metal M produced fewer bubbles of gas than metal N when it reacted with an acid. Metal P produced more bubbles of gas than metal N. The conditions of reactions are the same. Arrange the reactivity of the metals with the acid in decreasing order. A. P is lesser than N is lesser than M. B. P is more than N is more than M. C. M is more than N is more than P. D. M is lesser than N is lesser than P.
Your answer is correct. In this lesson, you have learned about the reactivity of metals with acid. See the comparison between the reactions of magnesium, aluminum, and copper with acid. What are the products of reaction? What is the reactivity of metals with acid? Magnesium will react vigorously with acid. There is a fast stream of gas bubbles. Aluminum reacts with acid, producing a slow stream of gas bubbles. It is less reactive than magnesium. Copper does not react with dilute acid. Copper is the least reactive metal. Magnesium will react with hydrochloric acid to form magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas is released. Metals that react with acid will form salt and give off hydrogen gas. Amount of gas bubbles produced is one criterion that can be used to describe the reactivity of metals with dilute acids. The more reactive metals will produce more bubbles compared to the less reactive metals at a given time.
One of the products of the reaction is metal salt. The reactive metal is able to prevent the non-reactive metal from corrosion. Click on the Info button to know how the metal helps to prevent corrosion. The reactive metal, such as zinc, acts as a sacrificial metal to prevent oxidation of the protected metal, such as iron. The process is called galvanization.